BSXcluded and Nerds on Tap present Horrible Fan Fiction Theater. Chapter 4. Random Comfort. Princess Peach woke up in the middle of the night. She was covered in sweat and was panting. She looked around her room. She felt overwhelmed by the darkness. Just staring in the dark made her think it was going to suck her up in it. Then she'd never be happy again. Then she remembered her dream. That awful dream. The dream in which she had killed herself. Chills ran down the pink princess's spine. Her heart was beating faster and faster, and then she let out a heart-wrenching scream. After that, everything went black. When Peach woke up, she was surprised to see Mario, Toad, and Yoshi by her bed. One of them had turned on the cute lamp sitting on her nightstand. The trio were sitting in chairs talking. Peach decided to close her eyes and pretend to be asleep so she could listen in on the conversation.
Mario, I'm worried about Peach,
Toad said.
Me too,
Yoshi said. Mario nodded.
I mean, this has never happened before, and I've known her since I was 6 years old,
Toad cried out. It was clear to Peach that Toad was worried sick.
Poor Toad,
Peach thought. Yoshi walked over to his best friend and gently grabbed his shoulders.
Get it together, man. We can get through this, dude. We can.
After that, Yoshi slapped Toad across the face. That seemed to help him.
Sir, yes, sir. We can get through this.
Toad yelled. Yoshi laughed.
Okay, pal, whatever you say.
Then they burst out laughing. Mario, however, did not.
I wonder what he's thinking about. And is it serious?
Peach wondered to herself. Toad and Yoshi were still laughing, but then Toad stopped. He looked at Mario. The plumber was looking at Peach. He had a soft look on his face. His cheeks were a deep shade of red. Toad looked at Yoshi and began to whisper.
Why are Mario's cheeks so red?
Yoshi remembered the night he and Mario had walked together. Mario had told him that secret. He told him to remember it, and remember it he did. He turned to Toad and whispered,
He's in love.
Toad snickered. Mario quickly whipped his head around and stared at the human-mushroom hybrid. Toad began to whistle. Mario turned around.
Poor Peach,
He said silently.
I don't know how this could have happened.
He looked at Toad and asked him,
Tell me how this happened again, Toad.
All right, I'll tell ya.
Toad cleared his throat.
Toad, were you lying about what happened?
Mario asked.
Hell no.
Toad yelled.
Why would I lie about that? Now, if you'll let me start the story.
Mario and Yoshi looked at Toad and nodded.
Thank you. Okay, so once upon a time, I was sitting in my room, I was sleeping, and... Toad, how can you sit and sleep at the same time?
Yoshi asked.
'Cause I'm awesome.
Toad answered.
Now, don't interrupt me. Okay, I'm sorry. Jeez.
Yoshi muttered.
As I was saying, I was sitting in my room and sleeping, Yoshi, and I was dreaming about me being the king of Awesome Land. And they were going to pass a law saying we would have Toad Day, a day about me, every day. And then I was torn from my dream. I heard Peach scream, and when I ran to her room, she had her eyes closed, and I thought she had died. And I was freaking out, but I felt her pulse, good thing I'm a doctor, and she was alive. She just passed out. Fainted, to say the least. The end.
I fainted? But why?
Toad seemed quite pleased with himself. He had managed to make a dramatic story sound funny. Peach couldn't help herself, so she giggled. Mario turned and looked. He began to walk over to her, which made her face turn a deep shade of pink, and her heart was beating a bit faster.
Mario and Peach, sitting in a tree. Kissing. First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes Mario with the baby carriage.
Toad sang.
Toad, shut up.
Yoshi said.
Oh, all right.
Toad said glumly.
But I still want to make fun of Mario.
He pouted.
Really, Toad?
Peach asked. Toad looked at his other best friend and smiled.
I guess I'll lay off.
This time Yoshi pouted.
But I tried to tell you that.
Parentheses, dash, comma, underscore, dash, comma, parentheses.
What's with the pouty face? Are you having a funny face contest? I can make an awesome one. See? Blah.
Random Koopa said. Random Koopa is a female Koopa with long rainbow-colored hair, a rainbow shell, rainbow shoes, a rainbow-colored shirt with a rainbow-colored heart in the middle, and 2 silver hair bows. Toad turned and saw her.
Oh, hi, Random.
Random turned and smiled.
Well, I'll be. If it isn't Mr. Shroomy himself, how you been?
Toad smiled when Random called him Mr. Shroomy. It was a nickname she gave him when they first met, and it had grown on him.
I've been good, and Mr. Poutyface over there is just being a big old baby. I am not. We just so happen to be starting a funny face contest. Yeah!
Yoshi grumbled.
Liar!
Yoshi stepped on Toad's right foot and whispered.
I'm not gonna let you sit there and humiliate me. Besides, a funny face contest could be fun.
Yahoo!
Random exclaimed.
Let's get started.
She grabbed the 2 by their hands and began to run out of Peach's room door.
I guess we're going to her house.
Toad yelled.
Yeah!
Yoshi said.
Bye, Mario! Bye, Peach!
They exclaimed. And with that, they were gone.
How? Random.
Mario said.
Well, I'm happy those guys are gone. Maybe I can get some alone time with Peach.
Peach turned to Mario and said,
Oh, Mario, I had a horrible nightmare.
Mario hugged Peach. Peach blushed and said,
It's kind of embarrassing. I don't want to tell you.
Hey now, you can tell me anything. I promise I won't laugh.
Mario said in a comforting voice. Peach looked at the plumber and said,
You promise?
Mario nodded.
I suppose we could go to my garden and talk.
Peach said thoughtfully.
That sounds cool.
Mario said. Peach gently pulled her quilt off her and climbed out of bed. She was wearing a light pink short-sleeved t-shirt with a red heart in the center. She was also wearing matching dark pink shorts with little red hearts on them.
Very cute pajamas, Peach.
Mario said, looking her over. Peach began blushing like crazy.
Thanks. The shorts are a little too short, so I hope I'm not freaking you out.
Mario smiled. Peach slipped on her favorite pair of slippers. They were pink and had her emblem on them.
Shall we go to the garden?
She asked the red-clad plumber.
We shall.
Mario answered. He gently grabbed Peach's hand and led her to the garden. They were sitting on a white swinging bench, looking at the stars.
Sure is a pretty night, huh?
Peach said. Mario nodded. The moon was shining in the sky. It was like a big marshmallow, all round and fat. Peach was clutching a cute little tan-colored stuffed bear. That bear was Mr. Cuddles, a stuffed bear her mommy made her when she was a baby. Years later, he still looked brand new.
Oh, Mr. Cuddles, what am I gonna do? I'm super nervous.
So, you wanted to tell me about your nightmare?
Mario asked. Peach gently squeezed Mr. Cuddles. Then, she slowly nodded and began to tell her story. As she was telling her sad sob story, she was crying a waterfall of tears. When she was finished, Mario nodded understandingly.
There,
he said, wiping her tears away. Mario felt touched that Peach would tell him something like that.
Maybe I should tell her my true feelings for her. That's it. I'm going to do it. I am not going to punk out like a wuss. Here goes.
Mario took a deep breath and said,
Peach, there's something I need to tell you.
Peach glanced over at Mario.
Yes, Mario?
Mario gulped and said,
Ti amo.
What?
Peach said. Peach stared at Mario.
I need to go to the bathroom. Excuse me.
Mario ran inside the castle.
Mr. Cuddles, do you know what that was about?
Peach asked the teddy bear. Mr. Cuddles just sat there.
Probably not.
Peach said. She began to think to herself.
I wonder what Mario was trying to say. Ti amo? I know what it means. It's on the tip of my tongue. I know it has love in it. Let's see. Lovely? No. Love? Nada. Lover? Don't! I wish I knew what it meant.
Meanwhile, Mario was sitting on the couch. He was texting Yoshi when he heard Peach yell,
I love you!
Mario dropped his phone and ran out the castle to the garden. Chapter 5. Fight Night.
I love you.
Mario heard Peach yell. Mario ran to the garden and said,
I love you too.
Peach looked at Mario.
What?
She exclaimed. Suddenly, Mario had a bad feeling in his stomach. A very bad feeling.
Oh boy.
Peach looked at Mario. Then she whispered something into Mr. Cuddles' ears.
Mr. Cuddles, I think Mario likes me.
Mario felt like he had just been punched in the stomach. Sweat was running down the back of his neck, and he felt very hot.
No worries, right? I mean, I could just tell. No, lying to Peach would be bad, but as for a worthy cause...
Mario opened his mouth to speak, and heard a voice say,
Yes, he does.
Mario whipped his head around, and saw Toadette. Toadette is Toad's older sister, and is great friends with Peach, Yoshi, and Mario, whom she has a crush on.
Yeah, I said it. He likes you. Mario really likes you.
Toadette exclaimed. Mario looked at Peach. He then jerked Toadette's hand and led her away. They had arrived at a dark alley. Mario glared at Toadette with hate in his eyes, and his right eye was twitching. Mario lost it and began to yell at the little Toad girl.
You come to the castle and embarrass me like that?
I didn't know you'd be embarrassed.
Toadette quietly replied. Mario sarcastically shot back.
Oh, way to go, Toadette, really! Give yourself a round of applause!
He began to clap his hands.
Mario, I'm sorry.
Toadette yelled.
No, I am sorry. Sorry that Toad has to be related to such an idiot like you.
Tears began to fill Toadette's eyes.
Honestly, Toadette, I think the world would be better off without you. You should just dig a hole, crawl in it, and die!
And with that, Mario violently shoved Toadette to the ground. Toadette landed on her bottom on the dirt floor. Dust and dirt filled her black dotted eyes, but they began to disappear. Toadette began to cry. She sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. She was crying her little heart out. Mario sighed and walked past Toadette and began to travel deep within the alley. After climbing gates and jumping on cars, he made it out. He was walking back to Peach's castle when he was hit on the head with a baseball bat. He fell to the ground with a thud.
Ow!
He exclaimed. He turned around and saw Toad. He had a mischievous glint in his eyes. Toad hit Mario with the baseball bat again.
That's for making my sister cry, you monster!
He yelled. Mario stood up and punched Toad.
Ah, you bitch! I'll fucking kill you!
Mario and Toad began to fight each other. They were punching and kicking and scratching each other. A crowd of people had gathered around to watch the fight. Among them was Wario, Mario's cousin, who hated both him and Toad. Wario laughed.
I didn't know Shorty over there could fight so damn well.
It was true. Toad was beating the living shit out of Mario.
Yeah, but don't forget, Mario can fight pretty good too.
Koopa said.
After all, he has started some fighting games.
Koopa is a Koopa Troopa. He is yellow and has a green shell and wears green loafers. He is good friends with Yoshi, Toad, and his cousin Paratroopa, his stubby tail wagging with excitement. Koopa was right. Mario was kicking Toad's ass pretty good. The two boys fought for a good hour when they heard someone yell.
Mario, Toad, stop fighting, please!
The two boys did not listen.
Please, you two, stop!
They ignored the voice again. Finally, they heard the voice sigh. A graceful arm began to reach over to Mario, so it could pull him off Toad. Mario saw the arm and slapped it. Then he bit the arm. The voice cried out. A small amount of blood trickled on the person's hand.
Maybe now you can leave us to our fight.
Mario snapped. He heard a gentle voice speak to him.
Oh, okay, Mario. If that's what you want, I'll leave you alone for the rest of my life.
Mario turned and saw Peach running back to her castle. Her cheeks were tear-stained, and she had Mr. Cuddles in one arm, and she was wiping her tears away with her bloody arm. Mario stopped fighting Toad and shoved him to the ground.
Peach, wait!
He called out. He ran after her. Peach approached the castle doors. Mario saw her and gently grabbed her.
Peach, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't...
Save it for later, will you? I heard what you did to Toadette. How could you do something so mean to her?
Mario sucked in his cheeks.
And another thing, when I heard you say that you loved me, my heart stopped.
What why is that?
The curious plumber asked. Peach wiped her bangs out of her eyes.
God, I think it's so cute when she does that.
Mario thought to himself. Peach blushed and said,
Because I like you.
And with that, she walked inside her house and closed the door.
Mamma mia, what have I done?
Mario exclaimed. Toad hit Mario with his baseball bat.
Ha! I got him!
He said. Wario walked next to Toad and put one hand on his shoulder.
Good job, kid.
He said.
Thanks!
Toad beamed. Mario groaned and tried to get up, but he couldn't. He sighed. Mario ran away from the castle.
Wait, where are you going?
Toad asked.
Yeah, we just want to beat you up.
Wario exclaimed. It was raining. Mario turned around and saw Toad and Wario chasing him. He also saw Peach in one of the castle windows. She happened to be changing pajamas. Mario smiled and turned his head even more when he tripped and fell in the mud.
Gotcha!
Toad said. Wario picked Mario up with one hand. Toad and him smiled deviously. Mario gulped and closed his eyes. He was not prepared for the beating he was about to receive. Chapter 6. Confessions of a Blonde Princess. Mario was about to get beat up by Wario and Toad. After trying to run from them was unsuccessful, he tripped and fell in the mud. He had done the second best thing he could think of.
Wario, look!
Wario turned to Mario.
Peach is changing!
Mario quickly said. Wario dropped Mario and ran to the princess's castle.
Toad, come on!
He called out.
Roger that, boss man!
Toad cheerily replied, and the two had ran to the castle. Mario sighed and wiped his forehead. Wario and Toad came back. They did not look pleased.
Hey, what are you trying to do? Make a fool of us?
Toad growled.
Yeah!
Wario said.
I swear she was a-changing.
Mario said.
Well, even if she did, it's too late.
Toad said.
She already put her pajamas back on.
Wario grumbled. He picked up Mario and he and Toad began to crack their knuckles. They were getting ready to throw the first punch, but they heard someone say,
Boys, I would appreciate it if you leave Mario alone.
Toad and Wario looked.
Peach!
Toad said. Once again, Wario dropped Mario. He took his trademark yellow hat off. Peach smiled.
Thank you, boys. Or should I say men?
Wario and Toad blushed. Mario scrambled to his feet and followed Peach.
See you later, Peach!
Toad said.
Yeah, see you later, Blondie.
Wario said. Peach waved. Mario turned to Peach.
Thanks, princess.
He grumbled. Peach smiled.
It's okay.
There was an awkward silence.
So, I guess I should head back home.
Peach said.
Yep.
Mario said. The twosome stared back at each other for a long time.
I wonder what Peach is thinking about.
Mario wondered. Peach began to think to herself.
I feel so lightheaded. My heart is beating so rapidly, and my face is as red as a cherry. Could it be that I don't want to go home? Mario?
Peach sweetly asked.
Oh, yes, your highness?
Peach paused, then said,
I want you to come home with me.
Mario was baffled.
Whoa, could it mean that she wants to... Oh, God. Well, sure, we should talk about our feelings.
Peach smiled.
Well, it looks like Mario is finally comfortable with talking about his feelings for me. I'm so proud. Sure, I'd like that very much.
Hand in hand, Mario and Peach were led up to Peach's bedroom. Peach sat down on her bed and motioned Mario to sit next to her.
Mario, we've known each other for quite some time now.
Yeah,
Mario said.
We have known each other since we were babies.
Peach smiled and nodded.
I wanted to ask you something, Mario.
Mario raised an eyebrow.
Hmm? And what's that?
Peach twirled her hair.
Why do you, why do you like me?
Mario froze.
No, I will not lie. I will not make up any more dumb excuses. I will tell her the truth. I like it because you're nice and caring, and you're a sweet young lady who knows how to make people happy even when they're sad. And you know everything about me. You know my favorite color, all of my secrets, and I know yours. And I remember the day in second grade when we went mountain climbing. Even when I wanted to give up, you encouraged me not to give up, and that I could do it, and I believed in myself. A Princess Peach Toadstool, you are an amazing woman, and I love you.
Peach had tears in her eyes.
Mario, that was so beautiful. I'm so happy.
Mario smiled.
So why do you like me?
Peach took a deep breath.
Mario, when I first laid eyes on you, I knew you were the one. I really knew. When I looked into your eyes, I melted, and I saw a vision.
A vision? Of what kind?
Peach chuckled.
That you and me were holding hands, and we whispered to the other that we loved them.
Awkward silence. Mario looked at Peach.
Peach, I'll be honored if you...
Yes?
I'm not pussing out. I'm not pussing out. I'd like to go out with you. There, I said it. She might reject me, but at least I tried asking.
Sure, I'd love to.
Mario smiled.
I was getting to ask you the same thing. Don't you know?
Mario grinned. He jumped high in the air. Then he picked Peach up and hugged her.
So, are we like boyfriend and girlfriend now?
Peach asked.
You know it,
Mario said.
Are we a real couple now?
Peach curiously asked. Mario smiled and said,
You know it.
Good,
Peach said. She cuddled in Mario's arms. Mario blushed, and so did Peach.
Well, looks like you two are going out after all.
Toadette was standing by the doorway.
Toadette!
Mario and Peach said at the same time. Mario gently set his girlfriend down and walked over to Toadette.
Listen, Toadette, I'm really sorry about what I did to you. Can you forgive me?
Toadette tapped her chin.
Okay.
Yahoo!
Mario exclaimed.
Yay!
Peach said. She jumped on her bed.
Hey, wait for me.
Toadette yelled. She climbed up on the bed and jumped too.
Hey, don't forget me, Mario!
Mario said as he began jumping. The three friends were jumping on Peach's huge bed. Then they all collapsed in a heap, laughing. That had truly been fun. It was now 4:45 a.m. Toadette had left around 3:30. The Toads, Peach's workers, which included Toad, had heard about Mario and Peach going out. Toad had forgiven Mario, and he even gave him some advice.
Dude, when you get a chance, you should swing by Wario's castle. He has the kinds of tips on relationships and a whole bunch on sex.
Thanks, Toad. I will.
The plumber had replied. Mario and Peach were lying down on Peach's bed. They had stayed up talking all night, and neither of them were tired.
Mario, you don't think Bowser's mad about this, right?
Peach asked. Bowser is Mario's archenemy. He is king of Koopas. He lives in a castle in Darkland, also known as World 8. He has a crush on Peach, just like other guys do.
I sure hope not, but I don't think he even knows.
Yeah, you're right. He'll never find out.
Peach agreed. The clock read 4:57.
Oh!
Peach exclaimed.
Come on, Mario. We're gonna miss it.
Mario looked confused.
A miss what, sweetheart?
Mario blushed. During the middle of the night, Mario and Peach had decided to give each other cute nicknames.
Well, we are boyfriend and girlfriend now.
Peach had said.
The sunrise! Now come on, silly head!
Peach grabbed Mr. Cuddles and rushed out her room. Mario followed. They were outside in the garden. The crack of dawn was almost arriving.
It's 4:59.
Peach said.
The sunrise starts at 5.
Mario gently grabbed Mr. Cuddles and sat him down in the soft green grass.
Mario, why did you...
But Peach never got to finish her sentence. Mario had kissed her full on the lips, and he had done it at the right time, too. The sky was now a light purple, with beautiful hints of pink, red, gold, and orange. That kiss was truly magical. Mario and Peach finally stopped kissing.
Wow.
Was all they could say. They stood there for a while, when Peach suddenly snapped her fingers.
Hey, I know. Why don't we go inside and have a big breakfast bonanza?
Mario smacked his lips.
Sounds good to me. And maybe after that, I could have some dessert.
Peach looked at Mario and blushed. She knew what he meant.
Oh, stop it.
She playfully shoved Mario, who chuckled. Peach picked up Mr. Cuddles, and she and Mario walked into the castle, but not before sharing another loving kiss. Love and Games was written by Peach Toad Cutie, a 13-year-old girl from the internet. The voice of the narrator, Peach's father, and the doctor was Chris. The voice of Mario was Jim. The voice of Peach was Shaddai. The voice of Yoshi, Toad, and Koopa was Joseph. The voice of Wario was David. The voice of Random Koopa was Katie. The voice of Peach's mother and Toadette was Jackie. Thank you for listening to the first edition of Horrible Fan Fiction Theater. Should you or a loved one ever stumble across horrible fan fiction, please send them to nerdsontap@gmail.com.